see steals anymore.
Well, I mean, if there's no smite in range, then you do get some different things. It's okay. First pick goes over to BNK this time around. They opted for second pick last time. So this time they will at least have first pick on the red side. And we'll see what they can make of it.
We'll see how things pan out here. I think honestly we talked about the draft a lot. I think the early game went good for them. I think the draft was very playable. They just came down to some clutch moments.
Lassen Sie Jace offen?
I feel like the fact they went second pick and then didn't really give
Nope.
a matchup that he had an advantage.
Lassen Sie jetzt Orianna offen?
That was a bit wasteful.
A little bit of a flub.
Yeah. Like it's not like Keen necessarily, like he picked Renekton to Xante and then had a slight lead. But I feel like Keen just does Keen. Keen is just keen on doing good.
He is.
So I feel like shutting him down would be a better use of your draft. But we'll see how that pans out. This is very similar to what we had
Orianna bleibt offen.
last time. Different arrangement. But we have Viband instead of Zinzao. And now Orianna going to come through.
Yeah, Orianna is not actually paired alongside an Azir.
Was geben wir als Antwort? Talia, Ryze offen.
Elected not to go towards this pick, so we'll have to see what Chovy's answer for it is going to be. Still plenty of things that he can go towards, but we'll just have to see what he decides to utilize this time. Could just be a Ryze. Haven't really seen Ryze into Orianna all that much. No, you do get outranged just a little bit, but we will have to just wait and see what Chovy does have in store for us. As Zinzao was banned away in the last game and is available this time.
Ryze is open, right?
It is.
So you could definitely just go towards that. Tilia also an option.
You could also just take Nocturne, Twisted Fate. But instead they're going to lock in
something
Zinzao.
you could do.
Yeah, probably not a good thing, but it's two global abilities.
Ja, Ryze oder Talia, ne? Oder er hat was mit hingekocht, Syndra oder sowas. Ich weiß nicht, ob wir sonst noch einen Prio-Pick haben. Am besser. Theoretisch noch Prio-Pick mit Renekton auch raus. Warum nicht? Kleiner Anbeißer. Okay.
We've seen us have a lot of priority on it since the actualizer has come in. I will say one thing is that you're quite bulky as the Ryze, but the fact that like the build path feels kind of, you know, you go Roa, Seraphs, Actualizer.
Ja, die können jetzt Nocturne gehen, die könnten Wukong gehen. Beides wäre fein. Toplaner besser ist, wie gesagt, stark, weil also es gibt halt einfach keine Rennek mehr. Kannst du spielen. Mal schauen, ob wir dann eine Sahen-Antwort bekommen eventuell. Schauen wir mal.
Definitely something to think about.
Yeah.
And Bessa coming through for clear pick we've seen have a lot of success, honestly, and doesn't have to deal with the Renekton.
And also is a flex, so...
Ja, Wukong, Nocturne.
As well. So I think with that in mind...
Manchmal Ryze ist sehr stark, der Champion. Super geil in Skirmishes. Spiked super hart auf bestimmten Item-Spikes. Scaled richtig gut. Ist mit Actualizer jetzt auf 3 Items. Wenn man das dritte Item geht, auch nochmal ein Monster.
Win lane, win game type mentality available.
Yeah, and I still think there's a lot of good things.
Ich bin auf 3, okay. Kein Sahin.
Karma, you have the Braum, you have the Bard, you have Rakan, all perfectly fine pairings. When gonna come through?
Interesting.
So this is a matchup that we tend to see, you know, last year Ambessa was doing pretty good into, especially early on. But Keen feeling confident.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, it's still a flex Ambessa, but that means it can go top.
And I don't know whether there's all that many better options into the Gwen. I think a lot of people are pretty happy to take the Ambessa into that one, so likely to be putting clear in that direction.
Yeah, I mean, Jax, they're going to ban, so that is something you can play into. Akali is a big one, but that was...
Der Patch kommt heute Abend, ist schon live.
Yep.
Patch ist schon live.
So we'll
Stark hat sich mal Jacko geholt, der ist verrückt.
What could potentially go top lane, or maybe they do want to ban the Karma, like you suggested. I think for BNK FearX, could look maybe to target the bot lane if you're worried about something Ruler might pick up.
Ist sehr verrückt.
Yeah, and BNK are sort of lacking in the engage department, so might be needing some of that from their support position. So Kellen might be sort of priced in to playing something like a Leona or a Rel or something like that instead.
Yeah, you definitely want setup for the Orianna. Like, you could end up going like a Nocturne or something, which would kind of solve some of those issues. But yeah, I feel like definitely with how Kellen plays, wouldn't be surprised if they just slammed an engage support for him. Yeah, they will ban out the Aurora, so, you know, concerned that they could pick that in the top.
Oder halt hochgabelt und am Ende wieder nichts ist. Ja, ich meine, das ist halt GENG, ne? Nicht vergessen, es ist halt GENG.
You know it's something you would play into Gwen.
Aurora, Jax raus, okay.
Would do it themselves.
Akali ist auch als Option raus gegen sie.
As of course, Ryu is the coach, so might know something about what Clear has put some time into. As Poppy going to be the final ban.
Poppy Lucian raus, alles da Sivir wäre noch available.
What is GENG going to be locking in before we see?
Dankeschön. Alles da Sivir ist noch eine Option. Ist natürlich nicht so geil gegen den Ezreal, der alles da, ne?
Jin here for Ruler. Not my favorite.
Yeah, we know how you feel about Jin.
Yeah. I did feel better about it towards the end of last year.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Jin Bart, maybe last pick.
Right now.
Not good. Not a fan. Not feeling very happy about it. That's a Kiana. Raptor, I don't know. I don't know about it. It did work for Lucid, and let's see whether it works for you. Right now, I can like look at everyone on this team outside of the Jin. I feel like they're just a little bit. They have too much health. I think you just die, don't you?
I mean, they are pretty short-ranged.
Yes.
I feel like this is very much. It's seen a lot of success in the LPL. Seen a lot of success in
We've been saying that forever, though. We're in the LCK. It does not work here.
Well, Raptor's trying to shake. He's trying to prove this wrong. And we'll see.
It's the perfect week, okay? We need the perfect.
Bart weiß ich nicht. Ja, Rakan. Ja, Rakan kann ich sehen. Ihr bekommt 2 Minuten Zeit zum Abstimmen. Abfahrt. Diesmal gewinnt FuryX. Die Quote lohnt es sich natürlich. Wie immer.
The double circles on the top side of the map for GENG is going to be very scary. And then the Realm Warp to get Chovy into the fight if he needs to be there.
Die Quote lohnt.
Certainly a lot of options, right? And if you get Supreme Display of Talent as well as that Shockwave lined up, Solar Flare to then hold them in position, True Shot Barrage over the top. There's a lot of wombo combo for the BNK FuryX boys, but
ich mag den Drop von FuryX, aber ehrlich, ich mag den Drop von FuryX. Wie ist Brawlers haben wir ausgegangen? 2-1 haben wir.
Yeah, it's a little bit worrying. I feel like a lot of solo queue at the moment, particularly this year, has been about these, you know, lethality champions in particular. There's a lot of new lethality items that have been very popular. You know, you get good momentum in the jungle, you get the extra movement speed from the quest, you get them clearing so quickly. You know, we've seen things like Talon, Kha'Zix Zed be very popular. And it obviously hasn't bled through into the LCK, into this sort of pro that we see. But you know these players want to do it. And Raptor's going to try and make it work. I think this is a hard composition to do it into because, as you said, you are liable just to get exploded. So this is truly a test to if you can make it work. You have a lot of playmaking tools, but the burden of execution is high.
It is. Vikla has made this Orianna work in the past, though. Let's see whether it works this time around up against GENG.
Das erste Game habe ich jetzt gerade erst eingeschaltet, das musst du rewatchen. Du musst es, das Game musst du eigentlich rewatchen.
Oh, top laners.
Also, GENG hat gewonnen, aber du musst es rewatchen.
Most damage in the game thus far. Never mind. Diablo doing the most damage in the game thus far. Hang on a sec. Vikla doing the most damage in the game. They're all doing similar damage in the game so far. Take it away, Orcs.
Yeah, that's the analysis that we need. You know, that's the sort of stuff I would just talk about. So you've kind of taken my...
I got a little carried away.
Yeah, I'd appreciate if you wouldn't do that, because now I'm at a loss. What do I want to talk about?
Why don't we talk about where BNK and GENG have lane control?
Well, I'm interested to see this top lane matchup, because we've seen it very favored towards the Ambessa like last year, and it's been, you know, we've often seen the Ambessa picked in the Gwen or Gwen banned away. Sorry, Ambessa banned away when you want to go the Gwen.
Das geht nie in Trading Range, einfach wegen Grassproc. Ja. Jetzt ist halt komisch, weil jetzt geht die Ambessa wieder Q ab, ne?
Matchups.
Yeah, and also we have seen Gwen pick into Ambessa quite a bit. So
mit W drauf? E drauf? W drauf?
Kind of strange.
W raus, okay.
Clear right now.
Gut, also honestly, gutes Trading Pattern.
Is okay in the matchup.
Gutes Trading Pattern.
Keen is trying to trade. He was level 1 into level 2. It's a little scary.
Keen's not scared, though. He is not the kind of man who would give in to fear.
Yeah, maybe should have been a little scared there, but we'll see.
fear is often useful to stop us from doing things that would put us in danger.
There's definitely some players in the LCK who I think could use a bit more fear.
Would agree.
Maybe Kanavi.
Yeah, I was going to say there was someone playing in the last series. I think everyone.
Gutes Trading-Pattern auf Top-Lane, also wie Clear spielt, war geil.
Find a bit of damage onto Vikla here. He does get the phase rush, but so does Chovy.
Yep. Clay going for a little bit of a deep ward here.
And Keen is going to be able to pick up the majority of these minions.
Yeah, I think bot lane as well. Ruler's gone for the cleanse, makes sense into Leona. But it means that with Diablo having the barrier, I mean, it's already a really strong 2v2 with the Leona Ezreal. The power they have, if you land the engage and you have the burst from the Ezreal, combined with the fact that you have barrier into cleanse, just means you're really on the back foot, you know? Especially Rakan. I think Rakan is kind of uncomfortable into AD carries with a dash.
Spielt auf, wenn zurück, okay.
Jungle
Jungle relativ Standard. Full clear, full clear, full clear. Canyon muss hier avoiden, weil Botlane einfach Push hat. Ezreal, Leona, starke Lane.
Just playing it a bit defensively. In the last game as well, they were on the back.
Und Mitte kann der Ryze, glaube ich, immer hard Push traden für Mana/HP.
Some in kind.
Standard.
Both of our mid laners are probably looking for a bit of a back, and as you can see, Miniwave is going to meet once again. Chovy just wandering back because, of course, doesn't have teleport. Vikla can teleport back in, which is likely what he's going to do right now. Refillable now complete.
Keen found a good angle to TP back in here.
Oh, there is the grand entrance to stop the engage here from Kellen, but Diablo still able to get that damage down. A lot of summoner spells used.
Good.
Shield of Daybreak denied by the cleanse, but that is a longer cooldown. And so just the heal invested here from BNK. Still barrier there for Diablo.
That was a nice grand entrance though from Duro to kind of stall Kellen out, but you saw how committed Kellen was to like, I'm getting that cleanse, I'm getting that cooldown. And now with the fact that he still has Flash available, you know, you can E-Flash.
Warum spielt im Game niemand Ignite auf Top Lane? Ich glaube, dass du da, ich glaube, das ist so ein Matchup. Da kannst du halt locker mal gejailt werden als Gwen jetzt zum Beispiel. Also die könnte Ignite TP spielen theoretisch. Ich weiß nicht, ob das so gut ist. Aber ich glaube, du kannst halt easy gejailt werden in Lane und dann bist du komplett doomed ohne TP vor allem. Würde ich schätzen. Ist auf jeden Fall einer der Gründe.
Yeah, so Keen's playing this lane really well because he managed to get his recall in and TP back, and he's kind of just trapping Clear in the lane. And any advantages Clear would have for the matchup are kind of being nullified from the fact that Keen got to back, got to buy a refillable, got to buy a Dark Seal, and so is just stronger than he should be. And now he's going to be able to get a reset off again. So I think this is kind of indicative of how, you know, Mastery...
Ruler unfortunately walking a little bit too far up, doesn't have cleanse anymore because he has to flash.
Guter Punish.
There's a grand entrance though, as in the
Guter Punish, Part 2. Schön. Schön.
Takes down Vikla. Nothing he can do about that, and Chovy off to a great start. Now picking up the assist in lane.
Sehr nice.
Able to get rid of that entire minion wave.
Ja, BFX hat bisher gegen Long schon mal gegen die Bros gewonnen, ne? Also.
Oh, in goes Kellen one more time. As remember, not a lot of summoner spells left available here, only Duro's flash towards the bottom side, but Canyon's moving in, Diablo gets the information.
Yeah, will be spotted. Good scouting there. But yeah, Ruler just kind of walked up there, didn't expect Kellen to be there, and so ends up losing his flash as well. No flash, no cleanse. You are super scared as the Jhin here. And this is giving the confidence for Raptor just to start up this dragon. Smites early to help speed it up.
Yep, had a couple of charges, so should have access to that smite again. And hopefully holds on to it this time, so that he doesn't get Wind Becomes Lightning stolen. As Diablo, wanting to take down Ruler here, I believe took a turret shot.
Was ein Freak.
Avoided the deadly flourish.
Yeah, I think he can play with so much confidence in this 2v2 because he has that barrier backup. We'll see this replay. Vikla already chunked out a decent amount. And yeah, it's just the root
Clean.
next, and it's like, I think all Vikla can do
Clean.
is a little bit sooner before the root comes in, but
I think even then may have been dead. It's a tough one to keep up with. 400 gold now the lead for just Chovy, and Canyon with a bit of an advantage as well, even though Raptor is farming this one out quite nicely. Cheeky little pickaxe has been completed so far, but does want to get to that Propane Hydra as quickly as possible, as Kellen is going to move up this mid lane to help get the shove. And so far, GENG with an 800 gold lead, feeling like things are working like clockwork this time around. Less funny business in this game, which makes me a little sad as some needlework comes out. Clear, level 7, so does have the ulti if he wants to try and catch Kane. But he's not going
Interessant, dass Clear sich da nicht für entscheidet, auf die Gwen quasi zu ulten, bei der Ulti 3. um den Damage zu avoiden und vielleicht zurückzutrainen. Hält somit natürlich die Ambassador Ulti für den Grubfight, aber ist, soweit ich weiß, das Trading Pattern. Also du ultest quasi auf eine der Gwen-Ultis.
How games are going for the most part, unless one team makes a big flub.
Yep.
But that early kill for GENG definitely going to be advantageous. And still looking to see what Raptor can do on this Kiana. Just have the ult available now. I would like to see something happen bot lane, but Ruler's Cleanse is coming up again.
Yeah, Dura actually taking a fair bit of damage there as, oh, Kellen not quite able to follow with that
Kellen
Zenith
does now
Blade.
have the ult. Chovy's flash is also down, so I feel like that's definitely somewhere you could attack as well.
True.
Duro muss auf jeden Fall noch die Wave catchen für Level 6 hier.
Bit of a combo there, but Gleaming Quill going to connect. Dura looking okay for now.
You can see Kellen like kind of thought, wait, Dura's playing so aggressive. Is someone here? You know, put a ward down, get some vision set up.
Noch immer kein 6.
Canyon is somewhat near, but not actually moving towards the bot side of the map.
And this lane is very close for now. Clear and Keen, just making sure that they keep each other in check. Chovy and Canyon might be coming up to say that actually, no, it's not very fair, but instead some grubs are going to distract Canyon for now. Solar Flare doesn't find any joy at all. Battle Dance, able to get Dura out of the way, as in he goes once again. Kellen's in range of the turret though, and so does need to be careful. Still going to be surviving, but it's also that Raptor can get down here.
Yeah, they wanted the cleanse so they can go for this play with that. I'll have that, but now he's going to ult.
Müssen die Ulti blocken, ja, ist gut. Ist sehr, sehr gut von Diable.
Block this as he does bring those minions in. Can Raptor
Chovy kommt runter, aber das ist eigentlich sehr free, ne? Clean.
Tanks it up perfectly.
Clean.
That is a clean dive for B&K.
That was huge. You know, Chovy was moving down with the Realm Warp, even Ghosted to try and get there quicker, but they just make the dive so perfectly played. Kellen making sure the cleanse wasn't there meant they could pull that off. And honestly, Raptor landing the ult around the turret to get both of them, that is exactly what you want. First play from the Kiana going 100% perfectly.
Yeah, also got one of the kills as well, and you do want to snowball as this champion to stay relevant. Let's have a look at it one more time.
Was spielt nur 20 Uhr?
And yeah, oftentimes when the
20 Uhr spielen wir.
display of talent is this small, you're like, oh, not exactly the best value, but still connected on both of the targets.
Yeah, so they not only have to make this work, Chovy is gunning it. He ghosted and he was running down. They really did not have much time, and they had to like exit and run back down the lane, otherwise he could have cut them off. So they managed to get out safely, and there's no counter punch, no counter play. That's the thing that feels even better, is when the other team starts to move to counteract the play and don't make it in time, because they're just wasting their time.
Yeah, exactly. It's almost like a compounding effect.
Yeah.
And
Lohnt sich First Strike auf Kiana finanziell? Yep, ist Steuerhinterzieher-Runen. First Strike plus Cashback plus Triple Tonic auf Assassin Champions ist crazy value.
tomorrow, it's looking
Ist crazy value.
all the way. There are some opportunities here as now Keen with some needlework underneath the turret.
Keen ist auch noch tot. Wow, der hat wieder Ulti.
Raptor is addicted to hitting turrets with his ultimate. And it's working.
Chovy moving up, has the Realm Warp.
I believe Raptor may be dead, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, he is.
550 für den Rise.
544 gold going over to Chovy.
I did not see the outplay potential.
Yes, I did not quite see it either.
Yeah, Chovy, you know, obviously missed out on the previous play. This one he was determined to show up and make.
Hätte ich flashen können. Schon, aber ich glaube, die ist auch so tot. Droppt halt so viel Damage.
In the mid lane.
Wave going to be taken out there as well as Dura tagged by this Mystic shot. Diablo looking for some angles. Still doesn't have his first item complete. We'll have it coming pretty soon. That is going to mean that this Ezreal is going to be pretty strong. As Dura can't take too many more of these Qs. As Canyon looking to get that knock up onto Kellen. He does have the Solar Flare, connects it, and actually lasts a long time with the help of the Eclipse, but Wind becomes lightning, enough to take him down. And True Shot Barrage sails by elegantly. But it's not going to do too much across the other side of the map. So nice little pick off here from GENG. And they should now be able to turn this into a dragon of their own.
Yeah, also well played there by Duro for dodging out of the True Shot Barrage, because he was the one who was low HP. I think Callum was kind of looking for maybe a return kill there. Raptor fishing for something, but
doesn't have ulti, so not quite going to be able to do anything here as Diablo lacking mana, but does have a tier stacked up relatively high, so deceptively
Der ist so ein Freak.
able to use a lot of buttons.
Mit so low Mana noch zu aktiv zu traden. Das ist verrückt.
Won't find anything there. And now Clear has the Eclipse. Big spike for the Ambassador. So Keen, who doesn't even have his first time completed, definitely has to be wary. Now they are looking for Chovy. No.
Chovy kein Flash.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a
Flash raus bei Diable und wait, Double Stumps bei Diable raus.
Ruler ulted.
Yeah, and Diable took the majority of his health bar. As Raptor throws out a cheeky Q. There is a Trinity Force done for Diable, but having his summoner spells just all used means that the power of this item spike feels a lot less dangerous.
It's not ideal. We've seen Clear gain a decent amount of ground in this matchup. You know, Keen was
2 levels ahead.
Yeah, I mean, Keen is about to hit level 10, but you know, we said the early game was going pretty good for Keen, but Clear's definitely started finding some momentum now.
Yeah, I feel like Keen has sort of been zoned out or something like that. Hasn't finished the quest just yet. And Clear has had his done for a little while.
I mean, that's the thing, you know, finishing the quest slate has a compounding effect, but also the quest gives that big burst of XP immediately.
True. So when he does finish it, it's likely that he catches up just a little bit. That is a good point, but he's not going to complete it if he's dead. And that is what BNK are looking to try and make happen right now.
So
just complete.
Er ist tot wieder.
No. Oh dear.
Er ist wieder tot. Er muss für die Wave ulten eigentlich. Oh, war ja. Nee, weglaufen ist es nicht. Du musst für die Wave ulten und schauen, dass die mit Rise Ulti kommen. Ja, 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 sehr gut. Wehe drauf. Super. Stirbt trotzdem, aber er holt vielleicht Zeit raus. Wo ist die Ulti von Rise? 2 Sekunden dann. Oh. Raptor tot. Solid. Wird schon gesehen, ne? Danke.
Kind of okay here for GENG as it was BNK going for that play.
Yep, able to mitigate it, able to turn it around. You know, Keen obviously gets punished under the tower, but
oh dear, yeah, Vikla in a lot of trouble now as Shockwave onto only Duro as Vikla just doing his very best. Does have to flash, but does at least have it to avoid death.
Fixen wir Lane, das haben wir schicken. Keen Bot. Keen Bot, Ruler Mitte. Ja, okay.
As I believe Ruler does have a Ghost Blade to build, so did want to go back to base. As we'll check this one out one more time.
They land all the CC, but Canyon able to get on them before they leave the tower, slow them down. Able to kill Kellen here. And then
Boah, dass die Ulti von der besser so trifft. Interesting.
Time, but just immediately blown up.
And Chovy is just, he's been cleanup crew in this game.
Yep.
And he has a gigantic advantage in that mid lane. 1.1k.
Fast zweites bei Rise.
Clear on the top side of the map though, as Keen has been relatively bullied in this one. And so BNK probably still pretty happy with the state of the game right now. It's a Chemtech Soul, Orcs, Suspect.
Oh.
I need you to, you know, work on this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's our second of the day. You know, you get a pass for the first, but the second one, that's when we start to get suspicious. All right.
You know, if we are going to have the perfect week, we're going to have more games per day, which increases the odds.
Well, no. It increases the need for you to pay attention. Okay. As all right, Raptor going in. King could be in trouble once again.
Raptor hat Ulti.
Get himself out of the way as now Kellen finds himself in
Oh, Kellen, du armer Pinguin. Dritter Autotech von Canyon.
Deadly flourish. Supreme display of talent, not quite doing enough, but is going to be able to peel, and Raptor slinks away.
BFX hält sich aber echt gut hier im Game. Also kann man echt happy mit sein. Geht wieder Axie Mark Second auf Raptor. Geh Bastion Breaker, Raptor. Bitte. Nee, lame. Oh, er geht Cyril das? Nee, warte, das ist Axie Mark. Nevermind, das ist Axie Mark. Nevermind.
You see here, they kind of opt into a fight that they're not really keen on taking. Trying to ult Keen himself, and Canyon just jumps in and is like, okay, you don't have any way of dealing with me easily. Has the ult still to block all the damage from Diable, and then BNK FX have to run away. Raptor just surviving.
Yeah, and the double circles, man. The Crescent Guard and the Mist. It's just so difficult to do damage to these top 2 GENG players. I know they've killed Keen a couple of times, but it's going to get more and more frustrating as this game goes on, especially for Vikla to get anything done. Solar Flare not going to be a good enough engage if you can just press W and be okay if you're the Gwen. So it could be a rough time as Duro, Celestial Opposition is going to pop momentarily. It looks like Rift Herald just going to be secured here by GENG. No real options for BNK. It's Ruler taking a little bit of damage, but should be all right underneath this turret, even if it is relatively low. Canyon makes his way in. The orb goes down from Vikla. GENG will be stymied for the moment. Rift Herald going to be thrown down into this mid lane to make sure that they have some control of this river. As Duro looking a little worse for wear. Raptor with that ulti back up yet again. All right, there's the snare as now Canyon looks to try and turn it on.
Ulti von Canyon war gut.
Does get the heal out though, and now they're looking for Diablo.
Kein Flash auf Canyon.
Running, but it is going to wear off. They're going to eat that honey fruit for the extra movement speed. BNK once again.
Kann Gwen auf die am besser Ulti W machen? Ja, klar. Wenn sie außerhalb ist, trifft nicht, ja.
GENG will now have to try and figure out what they want to do to stop this dragon from going down, or just give it up and look for something else.
Yeah, Chovy moves up towards the top side. Actually, Realm Orbs there, so it seems they're not. Oh.
Trying to get it out of the way, and the
wow.
is going to come on through, but the tower.
Also so aggressiv wie Diablo spielt, das ist so geil.
That is the prize here for BNK.
Ja, Chovy ist halt auf Sidequest, auf Seite am Sidequesten. Dann holt sie da kurz 400 Plates ab.
Chovy, but I think BNK FX happy with how that turned out. Getting Dragon as well.
Yeah, teleporting from Vikla to stop this.
Und dann ist er Urlaub genommen.
Still, Chovy 1.3k the advantage and is looking very scary. BNK thinking about trying to go for a kill there. Not going to find it just yet, is now clear. Fighting against Keen and still feeling pretty good in this matchup. Hex Drinker now just to help out. No matter who he's going to be laning against out of these solo lanes, still going to be very happy with that defensive choice.
You know, this game just still very even, but I just feel so concerned because a lot of the gold is on Chovy. He is very strong.
Yeah.
And there is just that Gwen, which even though she's behind, it's just, you know, any game that has a Gwen is just always a little bit concerning about what that champion can do later on.
Yeah, and I think it was, which Worlds was it? Or was it
Also beide nicht konstant, hätten vielleicht aber für Lane unter anderem, weißt du?
Yeah,
Kann auch für Lane gewesen sein. Und die haben sind schon relativ melee-range, die Top-Side zumindest von GENG.
I struggle with Gwen. She's just brings up the bad memories. So, Keen, going to see whether he can trigger some of that as this game goes on. But right now, clear 2-0-1, actually having a very good time on the Ambessa. And she is also a very scary champion. He can get some snipes onto Ruler potentially in the backline, right? He's not really allowed to curtain call if he's able to see an Ambessa, you know? So there are certainly angles for BNK to play this game out. Right now, GENG looking for Vikla, but there's the dissonance as Supreme Display of Talent does go down. But Canyon, Crescent Guard, one heck of an ability.
Yeah, I mean, it's a decent amount of damage in a Chovy, but he's quite bulky, so it's like you're not going to kill him.
Yeah.
Maybe like a Shockwave follow-up, but you still need a bit more than that as well. I think that's one of the advantages of this top side of GENG. Against a burst decomposition, you just are bulky enough to withstand that initial fire that comes out.
Yeah. The opening salvo, as it were. Canyon now moving towards his bottom side as Kellen and Clear will be able to take out this turret. The flash forward there from Kellen. Solar Flare is going to connect as into the mist they go, but Canyon shows up at exactly the right time. Keen now trying to turn this as he has the needlework to get that health bar back up again. And the Realm Warp from Chovy to deliver him in.
Schön von Canyon gewartet mit der E. Sehr schön gewartet von Canyon mit der E. Sehr insaner Teamfight vom Sinsao hier, no joke. Sehr, sehr, sehr insaner Teamfight vom Sinsao. Alles für Karo.
Huge turnaround there from GENG and BNK FX, you know, they committed to the play initially, but you could see they
Das ist sehr gut.
good idea and they started to regret it, and as more and more members joined in.
Oh dear, Megacone going to be
Die auch von Canyon gleich wieder. Das war eine kranke Sequence von Canyon hier gerade. Diese letzten wieder weiter noch. Geht aber rein? Nee.
And that's 4 members from BNK FX dying.
Well played. Fetter Game Swing. Ja. Sehr, sehr fetter Game Swing.
To this tower in the bottom lane, top outer turret as well. Baron's on the map, and now BNK getting control again is going to be so incredibly rough. Plus, they have a composition that relies on being ahead. There's a Kiana, and there shouldn't be, Ox. I want to reiterate that.
They'll keep doing it.
I know they will.
Yeah, so here, like, they commit to the play, and then it just feels like they quickly realize, oh, Canyon say we should back off. But I think if they just killed Keen, at least they would have gotten something out of it. And then they're like, oh, we have to back away. Okay. Oh, we really have to back away. And then they're like, oh, we can't get out. Let's just fight then. But it's like, I think if they just committed onto the Gwen,
yeah,
they would have traded.
Sehr kranker, sehr, sehr kranker Fight von Canyon hier.
It would have been a 1-for-2 trade.
Wirklich, wie er mit seinen E's gewartet hat und so weiter. Auch hier dann ist der nächste Play. So sick. So sick.
Public execution the Gwen.
I mean, I feel like you should just go.
Warum bauen die immer Yumus into Rapid Fire auf in Korea? Das ist eine gute Frage.
We'll get one kill, we both die.
Couldn't tell you, mate.
Not the end of the world.
Ist Battlepipe so OP? Ja, Battlepipe ist super goldeffizient. Auf dem Live-Patch wurde es genervt jetzt, also heute Nacht wurde es genervt, aber die spielen auf dem alten Patch und da ist es super goldeffizient noch.
It just felt so, like you already committed the flash from Kellen, right?
Yeah.
Like commit to the play or
Oh dear.
don't flash in like that.
There's a run warp. Vickler is likely to die, and he will be taken out. What more can they get? That is going to be the question, though, as he survives a little longer than I would have expected.
Yeah.
Here on the top side of the map, Clear is still doing some good work, but he's not going to be helping with this dragon fight that's happening in 20 seconds' time.
I think that one, you just give it up.
Double slowed down. Deadly Flourish doesn't connect. Is now Kellen going to be the target one more time? Canyon is just a raid boss in this game. It's kind of impossible to do anything to him as Ruler with just a cheeky.
Die spielen das auch ohne Gnade gut runter, ne?
Third kill of the game.
Die spielen das ohne Gnade runter. Ja, vielen Dank für den 11. Ne? Liebe. Dankeschön, Mann.
As Diablo,
Vielen lieben
still tagged by the quickness there. As okay,
Wow.
looking to make his way over and picks up.
Wow, Rulers.
They might be able to
Tot.
into a kill onto him, but
Ist Canyon tot? Canyon ist auch tot.
Diablo, can you get
Boah, Diablo, du bist ein Freak.
sidesteps and Dura gets killed by Baron. Oh no! Still
Okay, Diablo stirbt auch noch.
and
Machen die ein echtes Fight?
entire
Nee, ne?
worth of funds
Stark.
that he just throws at the
Also Canyon ist ein Monster und Diablo auch.
6-0-3 now for Chovy.
Yeah, Actualizer doing some stuff here, just completely explodes BNK Fearax. I think this one
Geile Fights hier.
a bit done and done.
Honestly, geile Series auch.
There goes the perfect week.
Geile Series.
I think he had to shockwave as they arrive. Like you have to preempt it. Because as soon as champions like Xin Zhao and Rakan get a chance to move, you kind of just cooked. And here, yeah, Canyon is just very tanky.
He is.
I actually think the fact that they got the Baron involved kind of backfired here a little bit because he was contributing to the fight. He was using it to gap close so he could get to the Ezreal, and then he was flanking around and they just found the Kiana.
Yeah.
But I think the Baron was maybe...
The Baron then does kill Duro though,
Yeah.
which is quite funny. Yeah.
Da kommt der Actualizer Proc.
Baron
Boom.
certainly MVP of that last fight.
Even with the Baron, still not enough for
No.
BNK
Insane.
Fearax. And Chobi's just so bulky.
Duro also just
Und so Reckless bis in der ersten LEC-Woche ist schlecht.
take down the Rakan. As Chovy just kills a dragon. That is going to be second for GENG, evening out the Drake count between these two squads.
Endless Hunger auf Diablo.
In BNK, absolutely.
Okay.
And it's 24 minutes into the game. The
I mean, es gibt auch Ability Haste, ja. Statt Shojin.
wielded by Chovy is
Okay, plus zweite Tier am Stacken, ja.
You're not
Okay.
convinced by the Kiana, right?
yes.
But imagine
Mal schauen.
if you're in a situation where the players didn't have voice comms with each other,
Got it.
and the second the Kiana ulted the Jhin, he started typing in chat at his jungler and saying, what are you doing? Why aren't you ganking me? And then as the Kiana ran around the map killing people, the typing got more intensive and they stopped focusing on the game. Then couldn't you see the value of the pick?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so maybe that's what it needs.
Dritten Knockup gecharged von Canyon. Kitten Turret.
Just taken out. Wind becomes lightning there from Canyon. Goes down to 50% as GENG.
Reicht 20%, dass man aus der Rakan-Kombo zu kommen. Ich weiß nicht, ob es dafür kauft.
Raptor slinks into stealth as Keen is just now looking for the bottom side. Clear with teleport at the ready.
I do want to note that Chobi's 3 levels up on Vikla, and Canyon is 2 levels up on Raptor.
They Canyon gonna get delivered along.
Canyon ultet nicht.
Talent comes down and
Canyon ulti war sehr spät und Canyon ist... Oh mein Gott, Chovy ist in No-Man's Land. Und hat kein Flash mehr.
into the fight.
Und er ist komplett OP. Okay.
Down the Leona, but the public
Oh, er ist komplett OP.
Diablo from over the wall, but Clear is just dead.
Keen schön.
Chovy goes golden.
Keen.
Able to tank it out, but it is going to be the kill there for Vikla, and they will be able to take him out there as now Diablo looking a little worse for wear. Deadly Flourish, good sidestep. And it is 3 for 2 in favor of GENG in the end.
Ja, dieser Rice ist ein Problem. Aber er hat kein Flash mehr.
Chovy is a bit of a problem, is he
I
not?
think he's just... I don't think he dies. I don't know how you kill him. Like, they killed Canyon because they just CC'd him before he ulted, but Chobi doesn't have that problem. Yeah, I think Canyon maybe had to pre-ult before they went on him, so they kind of just layered the CC and blew him up. And then Chobi just walks about like, oh, you guys have no CC left? Cool.
Yeah,
I'm gonna just actualize all over you.
he just kind of walked at them and then gets the Seraph Shield and goes golden. And that means the Keen can then utilize the fact that they were distracted by an incredibly fed Rise to do some Gwen things on the back of the fight. Still does go down. BNK are able to at least trade 2 back, but
I mean, it's
still
not
a
like
1-5
the worst,
GENG.
it's not the worst trade, right, in terms of killing.
Fights sind trotzdem ziemlich knapp, ja. Aber Canyon hier zum Beispiel war ja komplett One-Shot, bevor der Fight überhaupt gestartet hat, ne? Also das darf man nicht vergessen.
That much of a gold lead. That's where I'm seeing the issue.
Well, Raptor is dead.
It's like the goal difference isn't that crazy. We've seen bigger gold leads, but it just the tempo vibes are so off.
Yeah, they really are.
They're so off right now.
Man,
Nashshot ist gut.
I just keep thinking to myself, and I'm sorry to bring this up again. I just keep thinking that Kiana could be any other jungler.
Yeah.
Nocturne was available, guys.
Nocturne was available.
Well, Baron is not going to be available for much longer. Down to 7,000 right now as BNK looking to make their way in. There is no smite available as now can clear, find the ulti.
Schön.
So dead.
Und back to Nash.
They're just gonna move
Das war sehr diszipliniert von GENG. Gut.
GENG here, BNK not wanting to throw the game at this moment.
Yeah, I raised the point in draft. One of the issues with Ryze is that you really want your core 3 items, and the problem is it's awkward to split.
What about the core 4 items?
It's awkward to slot Zhonya's in there before those 3 items are completed. But that problem's solved by just being monumentally fed.
And
that's what Chovy.
So just buy 2 third items at the same time. Is that what?
Yes, that is what Chovy's opted to do.
That is such a smart move.
Yeah, he's because as you can see, Vikla hasn't even bought 1 third item.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he's bought half a third item, which is not what he should have done. He should have bought 2.
Yeah, so, you know, something to learn from, something to pick up for in the future.
Yep.
You know what else is crazy is the fact that, I mean, I know he gets the extra level from the Rod of Ages, but Chovy's out-leveled both the top laners to have the XP quests.
That is kind of absurd. All right, Supreme Display Talent is... I didn't see it, unfortunately. Diablo's health bar is also missing.
I feel
so
like
he's going to have to go back to the fountain.
It's a little insulting to call it its full name when it just misses.
I know, but it is called its full name, and that's Riot's fault, okay? It's not mine. It's the same as when Akali messes up, and that doesn't quite work either. As GENG going to break open the base in the mid lane, guaranteed, but can they also get the bottom side of the map as well? As Keen pushing that one forward. Duro makes his way over. First inhibitor will be falling down. This game is very quickly spiraling out of control.
Ja, hat sich so ein bisschen abgezeichnet in den letzten paar Minuten, ne? Aber das sieht relativ hoffnungslos aus. Vor allem, weil Raptor jetzt halt in solchen Szenarien ist die Kiana halt komplett useless. In Base-Szenarien, Base-Fight-Szenarien.
Thankfully, his scoreline is in that order. As GENG, they might just grab themselves a dragon because it's there and then spend their buckets of cash.
Yeah, a lot of towers picked up, and they did make inhibitor towers worth more money on the new season, so they are very wealthy.
They are certainly quite well off. All right, Keen moving up towards his top side of the map. As Clear might be finding him here.
We also have the Serpent's Fang coming out from Ruler. So obviously a lot of shields on Clear and from the Orianna. And I guess Diablo has barrier, so...
Yep. Some things that he can make use of it with. As Raptor, he found his opportunity in the shop. Hasn't found the opportunity to do winning in the game just yet.
Yeah.
I am clutching at straws. It's the perfect week.
Is there a lethality item called Destroy Enemy Nexus? You should find that one.
He should definitely find that one.
Soll der Bastion Breaker. Ich verstehe nicht, die sind alle allergisch gegen Bastion Breaker. Das Item ist so OP.
We can guarantee that he has not bought that.
Is there a
Corefield's Warhammer instead? I don't think that means anything about it.
That's a good one too.
Ja, Kiana hier hoffnungslos useless. Wirklich, da geht nichts.
Looking for the last inhibitor that's left up on this map. As Ruler just taking pot shots where he can find them. Keen and Chovy pushing the rest of these waves in. BNK getting stretched a little bit too thin to make this one work. Super minions are getting cleared out relatively well with the help of this Orianna. And without Baron, it's a little bit harder for GENG to get this siege to work, but they are still closing in. BNK going to be forced to engage. And Canyon so hard to deal with. Kellen will be able to find him with that solar flare, and the ulti is not doing the most.
Haben wir eine Wave delayed.
Sorry, getting the most value.
Ja.
For Canyon. As Shockwave gonna connect onto
Chovy hat Flash. Oh mein Gott, macht der Damage. Oh mein Gott, macht der Typ Damage.
Almost kills Diablo. He needs to get to the fountain. As Vikler is just
Alter. Ja, GG.
There from Clear. Silly gets himself into relative safety underneath these Nexus turrets.
Am Azure Muramana und eine Träne. Geht für 2 Tier-Items.
On the side of BNK.
Geht wieder.
Would have otherwise been is now Clear getting cut down where he stands. Diablo trying to get the damage in, but it is not enough. And
Insane. GG. Coole Series, aber honestly, coole Series. BFX sieht nicht hoffnungslos aus.
GENG are looking to remain undefeated here in the LCK Cup, even if Game 1 was silly. This one was a little one-sided, and GENG demonstrating that they are still on Korean soil, and they're looking pretty good.
And you know, I was thinking about the fact of a perfect week, and I feel like
Banger.
perfect weeks are just so
Coole Games.
because of